This is fatboyradionyc.com. I gotta thank Skyzoo for coming by once again.
Nah, no doubt, no doubt. Good luck for having me, on the show and all that.
I know it's always a journey for like Brooklyn people to come to Queens and stuff.
It's all good.
Yeah, you've been here multiple times, so
yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna have to go catch this guy like next to the E train or something.
Nah, it's all good. Glad to be here.
Okay, thanks a lot, man. Okay, man. So, jazz albums. I know you're a big jazz fan. I think that's the reason that you and Knife Wonder sound so good together. Like, what is the last jazz album that you listened to?
Oh man, whatever I was listening to on Sunday, which I think was Ella, Sarah, Billy, and Lena, which is a compilation of Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, Sarah Vaughan, and Lena Horne.
Since you're a big jazz fan, like, do you listen to anything current, jazz-wise? Or there's nothing like it?
Somewhat, but I'm real big on stuff from the 50s and 60s, and even further back than that, man. Like, I got a couple crates at the crib of just jazz, and all of my jazz records is from, like, the 40s to maybe the 70s. A couple from the 80s, but, other than that, it's really 40s, 50s, 60s, all that. I collect jazz, a ton of Miles Davis stuff, John Coltrane, and Donald Byrd, and Horace Silver, and Nina Simone, and the list just goes on and on and on, man.
So you ever tried your hand at producing?
Nah, I've been told that I should, because the one thing I say about myself, I know what I do lyrically in the music and all that, but I let the people applaud me for that. I don't go out there waving the flag saying I'm the best when however I feel is how I feel, and what I know is what I know, but I let the people do that. But the one thing I will openly say on top of that is that I can pick dope beats. I've always had like an ill ear for beats. So people always say, yo, you can make beats, man. Like, I hear it in you. Like, sometimes I'll hear a sound, or I'll have a vision for a certain sound and how I want something to sound. I'll relay that to a producer, and when I'm, banging on the table or whatever it is, or trying to relay the pocket, they get it, and they're like, yo, you really can make beats. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm too lazy to figure out how to work all that. So, like,
yo, man,
I'm not going to do it.
It's just so hard to finish a beat. It's just ridiculous, yo.
Yeah, I mean, I know I can, because I get these ideas, or I'll hear a record. I'm real big on the Sylvers. So I'll be listening to the Sylvers, the old Sylver stuff and all that. I know you up on that. So I listen to, a lot of the Sylver stuff, and I'll hear certain parts that I could chop or loop or whatever. And I'll just, I'll put it together in my head, and I'll mouth the beat or whatever, and I'll hear it, and I'm like, yo, that could be that. But I'm like, I don't know how to do it. So
what's your favorite Sylver song?
Oh man, that's tough, B. How Love Hurts is one of them, which is The Beautiful Decay, if you know that joint from me. How Love Hurts. Oh my gosh, the one Dilla chopped up for Only One Could Win. It's another one. Wish That I Could Talk to You.
Yeah, that's my joint.
Yeah, Wish That I Could Talk to You.
Yo,
was stupid.
I just found a Soul Train video for that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was mad surprised.
Purple? When they was wearing the purple?
Yeah, son.
Yeah.
They were all like brothers and sisters, yo.
Yeah, it was a ton of them. Like, they caught flack because it was so similar to the Jacksons. But people literally have arguments, like the way people argue about Jay-Z and Nas, or, Prince and Mike. People argue about the Jackson 5 versus the Sylvers, because the Sylvers was that dope. Like, they were ridiculous. I mean, they were doing 7- and 8-part harmonies on records. Like, you only heard those on jazz records, and that was because it was so many instruments. Like, they were using their voices like instruments and doing 7-, 8-part harmonies at the same time. Like, it was amazing, man. Like, Sylvers is that deal. Sidebar, kind of random, information. I know this kid, Leon, he's actually the son of the leader of the Sylvers.
What?
So his name is Leon Sylvers III.
Okay.
He's from Cali. Real cool dude. He makes beats. He send me beats all the time and all that. They had a Sylver special on TV. They had a Sylver special on TV One, and when it came on, a bunch of people was tweeting about it. I was tweeting. Black Milk was tweeting. So I tweeted like, "Yo, watching the Sylver special. It's amazing. Whatever." And the kid, he tweeted me back and retweeted. He's like, "Yo, I'm a huge fan of yours. That's my pops." And he was on the show. So I'm like, "Yo, that was you on the show." So we started kicking it, DMing and all that. So now, he sends me beats and all that. So it's cool,
is that your special feature?
Nah. Still going.
I was trying to do the Skip Bayless analysis. I was just trying to figure it out.
Still going.
Okay, man. Yeah. So who are you rooting for in the NBA playoffs right now?
Oh man. I mean, you see my hat.
I know,
but we not here. So you know what, man? If you know my music, I'm a huge Knicks fan, but you also know I'm a huge LeBron fan. Because I just think he deserves. I think he deserves to get the chip. So. when it was us against them, you know what I mean? But now that we out the pitch, I definitely want Miami to get it, just so people could leave Son alone, man. Like, at the end of the day, he is the nicest basketball player on the planet right now.
He is the nicest basketball player,
like,
but like the media is gonna go crazy if he wins the shit, yo. Cause
I mean, it's almost like you can't win for losing, because unless he carries it and God forbid D-Wade gets hurt or has a bad series, they're going to give it to D-Wade. They're going to be like, well, he couldn't have did it without D-Wade. So it's kind of like you can't win for losing. But if he get that chip, though, like, then, you know, people will definitely be able to calm down a little bit and give him his just due, man. I mean, the dude is just... The dude is phenomenal.
You know what sucks, though?
He's phenomenal, man.
Even if he does get a chip, though, they're not going to give him sole credit, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Unless, like, God forbid, D-Wade got hurt, or if D-Wade had a so-so series, if he was averaging, like, 12 points a game throughout the final series, and LeBron was bringing in 28, 8, and 5, or something stupid like that, and he had one of them 50-point games, then they would be like, yo, you can't deny it. Like, he put them on his back.
A lot of times what they say is, like, LeBron he's not fourth quarter. Like, he gets them to the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter is all D-Wade or, you know, Haslam or Bosh or something like that. Sometimes he just be deferring,
yo. Like, what was that game, yo, that he threw it to Haslam? I was like, yo, you've been hot the whole game, yo.
Right.
That's what he does. I mean, he tries to get his team involved.
Do you think he's too not unselfish?
Nah, I just think sometimes he tries too much to get his team involved where they need him more of a leadership role rather than, you know, the point guard distributor. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's Bron. He's going to take flack whether he wins or loses.
Right.
That's just
Absolutely.
what it is. He's stepped up and taken the role of the bad guy. So
but he doesn't really like that role or whatever.
I mean, he doesn't like it at all, but after, you know, I guess after so long, you know, being in the league and being accoladed and applauded so long without winning yet, you know, now they feel like they can do that to him. It's funny though, man.
Made it. I think that when
absolutely, If he would have stayed in Cleveland, you know, people wouldn't be giving him all this.
But even if he would have left, if he would have left without the decision, because even like to go piggyback off your argument, like AI was in the league for forever, never got a chip, but he still gets acclimated, like, you know, proclaimed as one of the greatest point guards out
no, absolutely. I think with that though, I mean, people have never seen anybody like LeBron, and I think that's the difference. Like with people, you know, if there's a lot of players, if they never win a chip, it's all right. You know, if Kevin Durant never wins a chip, which isn't going to happen, he's definitely going to get one. But if Kevin Durant doesn't win a chip, it's all right. No one's going to, you know, slaughter him. It's not like, oh, you didn't win a chip, so you can't get in the Hall of Fame or you can't be a top 50 player. But with Bron, that is going to be what people say because he is that great. It's just the talent being, you know, the talent almost being like a gift and a curse because he's that dope.
It's like it's like what Kanye said, like, we ask for greatness, but we don't accept greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
absolutely, yeah. And it's funny because Jalen Rose made a point on one of the shows. I think he was on First Take one day, and he said, you know, a lot of people don't realize Jerry West, the logo of the NBA, went to the finals 9 straight times and lost every one. And no one talks about that. You know what I mean? But you slaughter, right? But even now, when you look back, you know, but people slaughter Bron, and I think it's a great point. You know, it just adds so much to it. Bron is amazing, man. You know, I'm a Knicks fan, blue and orange, everything. I say it in all my music, but you know, Bron is amazing. It is what it is, man. Like, you cannot ignore what he does, and the all-around game as far as how he makes people better, as far, you know, everything. It's not just, I'm a scoring machine, that's it. I mean, he'll score, run back, get a block, and bring it back. And it's like, how are you not winded yet? You know what I mean? Because that's how much that guy works, man. I mean, the regimen I've read on him as far as what he does in the off-season is just ridiculous, man. I mean, he's there 2 hours before the game, 2 hours after the game, shooting and doing push-ups and shooting some more. Like, it's just amazing. You know what I mean? He's just really on it.
So I have 2 more questions, then we're done. So the last question, this is NBA related.
Yeah.
Do you think they could get past the Spurs?
The Heat?
Yes.
If they run them out the gym.
Yeah, but the Spurs are I hate the Spurs, but
Me too.
They're really good, yo.
They play perfect.
I mean, they're amazing, but what's gonna have to happen? You know, the Spurs are older. They're like the oldest team in the league, I think. If you average their age or whatever it may be, you're gonna have to rely on age and circumstance getting the best of them. You're not going to really be able to just outplay them. You're going to have to outplay them. You're going to have to wear them down. You have to get them tired. You have to bang them up a little bit because they're older. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that's going to have to go into it in a number of ways. It's not just going to be, you know, playing. But I want OKC in the finals, man. I want Miami OKC.
We can't count them out yet. Like, I'm not an OKC fan, and I'm not even going to say this online because I don't want my man Copaesthetic to, you know, start talking crap on Twitter.
Awesome, yo.
But I feel like OKC is gonna give Spurs a good run because like
I want them to win, man. I want
you know
OKC in the finals.
Yeah, that would be a good series.
Yeah.
Good series.
I don't
That's
know,
how I
man.
feel about the Spurs.
Yeah, but the Spurs will play too well. They play too much team basketball.
They're gonna get tired. They're not gonna go, you know, flawless throughout this playoffs and all. They're gonna catch some L's, and I think the first L is gonna be with OKC. Hopefully, you know, it's 4 L's. You know what I mean? And OKC can do what they got to do.
So last question for Skyzoo. What's next for you, man?
Oh man, besides the show tonight at BB King's, just, you know, finishing up the album A Dream Deferred, coming out late September. Overseas stuff and you know, domestic stuff as well. Just, you know, touring throughout the states and overseas and different things like that. And a couple other things I'm working on the side. You know, the book. You know, I'm actually writing a TV show, so working on that. Couple things.
Is it gonna be a family show? Like, what's going on?
I can't get into none of that. Not a single thing. But you know, it's in the works. You know what I mean?
Okay, man. So what's that feature on your album?
It's a couple. It's plural. But we can't get into none of
it. I thought I could loosen them up with the NBA or whatever.
Nah, it's all good. Yeah. You know, we good over here.
He's leaving breadcrumbs, man. That's all.
Yo, man.
That's all.
Okay. I give up. So it's fatboyradionyc.com. Thank you, Skyzoo, for coming through.
No doubt, man. Thanks for having me.
Dope music. Good luck on your show on BB King's.
Appreciate it. New York City tonight, BB King's. Doors at 9 o'clock. Stage rocking at about 10 o'clock. Come through. It's myself, Slum Village, and Big Pool. You know, let's get it.
If you need a hype man, my voice is real loud, pause.
I mean, you know, that's the hype man job, though. That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to sneak in as Entourage.
What?
There you go.
I'm trying to sneak in as Entourage. I'm about to go home.
Wait, because you're light skinned?
Yeah, I'm about to go home and get my Knicks hat and be like, yo, I'm with Sky.
There you go.
And whenever he talks, just be like, SKY.
Yeah, part of the show and all that.
Okay. I have a bunch more questions after I just said that, but that was dumb. I'm done. Okay, so thanks a lot for coming by.
No doubt,
we need to definitely get another interview going.